recording. Okay, guys, those of you that are catching the recording, and it is still the same week that we are looking at the boot camp. I'm going to be doing pop-up sessions this week for practices. So normally we do practice sessions at 6 a.m. I don't know what my Wi-Fi is going to be like. I'm traveling from the UK to a Greek island in a car. I don't know where I'm stopping. I don't know what hotels I'm staying at. So it's just a case of when I get Wi-Fi, I'm going to have something to eat, let you guys know, and we'll do pop-up practice sessions. I'll put them in the alerts channel, give you about an hour's notice. Now, I'm going to share my screen today. Let me find my levels. Where is my scanner? I've lost my scanner. There it is. Today, we're going to do continuations. Now, continuations is not something that I trade, that I look for, but I think it's important to understand so you can see what the market's doing. Okay, so today put in your chapter in your book continuations. Okay, so far week 1 we did reversals, my favorite way to spot a trade. I always start with reversals every single time. Okay, week 1 we looked at reversals. The first thing I do when I open up the level system is look for a reversal. Okay, so if you can master that, that's the one I love. Second thing is if it's violated or not. If it has violated, then I look for a violation. Okay, those are the two. So if you're getting overwhelmed and you're like, oh, I don't know if I can do continuations, don't panic. If you just focus on violations and reversals, or reversals and violations, it should have been in that order. That's good enough. That's all you need. I want to show you continuations because this button up here is going really, really soon. Okay, so you see this green button up here, continuations, that's going to be removed. And instead, don't be too sad, because instead what we're going to have on this button here is an alarm. Is an alarm where you can actually say, okay, level system, when the market gets to this area, send me an alarm. Okay, can you put some excitement in that chat box? Yay, exactly. We're getting alarmed, okay? And there is even, I won't do it until it's launched. Those of you that are on the call, you just see it. But there's even going to be a way where you can get the alarm notification sent directly as a text message to your phone. You'll get an alarm to say, if you say, hey, level system, give me an alarm when the market gets to there, you'll get a way where you can get it sent to your phone. I know. If you know me, you know I've got a lady boner right now about that. I definitely have. Definitely. Okay, so this continuation button is going. Okay, but it's okay because we're getting an alarm button instead. Oh my gosh, we've got it all going on in the chat now. We were all being very polite until I opened up the permission to let the real talk out. We're going to talk about fanny flutters now. Okay, this call hasn't started very well, has it? Let's talk about continuations. So a continuation, have you ever noticed that maybe if you're waiting for 100% retracement, have you ever noticed, like, let's look at this one here, for example. Okay, this one here, we've got this red box here, the bear trap. The breakout candle is here. I'm going to try and recover this call really quickly. I'm going to extinguish this before it escalates. The breakout candle's here. We're going to look for the last buying candle. Okay, the last buying candle is there. Okay, so for a reversal, we're going to look for the market to break past the starting point, and then we're going to trade a buy. Okay, that would be the perfect reversal. But have you ever noticed that sometimes you never get the 100%? Put a 7 if you feel you've seen that. You're like, okay, it never ever got to the 100%. It never did it. What the market did was, let me get my little tool here. Just my little pathway. It came down, it went up, it came down, it went up, it came down, it went up, came down, it went up. And you're like, oh, this is a move. This is a move. This is where it's going to go and break that starting point. This is it. And then it literally just did that and tanked. And you're like, Oh, it never got to my starting point. Well, that's what we can call a continuation because, as you can see, just going to get you used to the terminology. Right now, the market is going down. We've got our red box here, and the market it's on its way down. Okay, and if it carried on the way down, it would be called a continuation. But when it goes back up past the starting point, and it comes down and hits our red box, and it goes up for a buy, that's the reversal, right? It's gone up in the other direction. So I'm going to tell you how to spot these continuations. Okay. Now, I like to, you can use whatever you want, but I like to go down here on this one, I think it is, and go for these parallel channel lines right down here. Now, you want to identify the starting point. So again, I'll just use this one. Okay. You want to identify the starting point. So we're going to go to the wick of that green candle. Okay. The starting point. And now what you want to do is you want to come all the way down to the top of the box, okay? Mike, you best not be recording my trackpad. Okay, so there is the starting point right here. And here is the top of the box, okay? Or the bottom of the box, okay? That's what you want, starting point to the bottom of the box. And if you was going on the blue box, you would go starting point to the top of the box, okay? So red box, starting point to the bottom of the box, blue box, starting point to the top of the box with a parallel channel, okay? And what you'll notice is a market, if it's going to continue, it will come up to around about the 50% line and drop on a continuation, okay? And that's what we would call a continuation. If it went up and dropped, sorry, if it went up above the starting point, then would be looking for a reversal again in that box zone, in the box zone, which is about there, and we'd be looking for a buy, and that's our reversal. Okay, so continuation, reversal. Okay, just to get you clear. So we're going to carry on and we're going to look at some more right now. Now, the reason I don't trade continuations, I like to look at them to see what the market's doing. You can trade them perfectly. The only reason I don't is because it's more confirmed if you've got if it goes past the starting point, it's more confirmed that it's going to be a reversal. If you go for continuations and you decide that you want to take them, that's cool, but it might go past your stop loss because it's a reversal. Okay, you don't know if it's going to be a reversal or not. So I like to see if the market's continuing or not. I personally don't trade this because it can stop you out more times because it's going up to be a reversal. Does that make sense? Put some sevens if that makes sense. But I wanted to show it you just so you could look at the charts and know if the market's continuing down. So let's go do this again on that was a red box. Let's go do it on a blue box. Do we have a violation? We have a violation coming up. No, we've got a trade. We have a trade there as well. I'm not going to mark it up. Let's do this first. Continuation. I'm probably going to do it at the front ones. Here we go. Continuation. Blue box. Okay, let's go off this blue box. You've got your breakout candle, this green one. You're looking for the last selling candle. My trackpad made it there. I'll move that in a minute. It's meant to be at the bottom of the red wick. Let's see if I can get this. Last selling candle. Perfect. So we're now going to go to the top of the box because it's blue box. Okay, so now this market might continue going up. So what we would do is we would put our entry point here for a continuation on a buy going up. Okay, if the market went past your position and it carried on going down and it broke your starting point, then you would just be extending that box across, going in for your sell, and that would be your normal reversal. Are you getting it? Perfect. 777s all round. Super, super easy. Super easy to spot continuations. And actually, they're very, very similar to violations, because if your trade has violated, it's going to be going in the same direction as your continuation anyway. I personally want you to really smash. First of all, number one, looking for your reversal. Number two, seeing if it violated. But I think it's important that you just know to see if the market's continuing, and whether it's continuing up or down. And you can back test this. You can back test this. So I was looking at this earlier. I don't think this trade's happened yet. I think we've got a trade here. Hang on, this was just about 2 seconds ago. I was going to do a continuation on this. Oh, you got a wick entry there. Yeah, you got a wick entry there. But you can go back and have a look. Okay, when did the market didn't do 100% retracement? And you could start looking and seeing, did it come in at that 50% line or not? Something here, I don't know, I think it did 100% retracement here. Let's see. So it's, if you're going to geek out and just back test this, okay, try and get your line straight. Top of the box, let's see. It never came back to this zone. It never came back. Did a lot of reaction. Look, lots of reaction off that 50%. Loads. Can you see how much that market reacted off that 50% zone and then took off? And again, all of this, what you see right here is that, not that, but just this area right here. This area from here to here is low volume Easter. You see that there was hardly any movement, it's consolidation. All of that is Easter. But I would have looked over here, seen, okay, the market never came down and did 100%. Okay, it didn't come down and do it. And then I would have drawn that out. Would it continue? And it kind of just bounced around, and took off. Perfect, perfect. So you're seeing it, guys. So now, the perfect thing to do with this is just go look and back test it, and feel free, if you do want to take a continuation trade, you're more than welcome to. Is it like the Fibonacci? Yes, it's very similar to the Fibonacci. Yes, it is. You can use a Fibonacci tool if you wish as well. Okay, guys, so let's have a look here. So when you see the market tanking or going off to the moon, it's really good to have a look. There's another one down here. Let's see this one. One more. I won't keep you too long. This is a really short lesson. Okay. Try to get in, got really close, and then took off. And it hasn't come back since on that one. Okay, so some of your boxes don't have 100% retracements. So go have a look at your continuations to see if they are coming near to your continuation line, because you might have a trade there. So another thing that's coming, if you wasn't on that previous call, is the breakout boxes here. You're going to have red breakout boxes and blue breakout boxes, and Coach Wright has also going to turn one of these boxes into the starting point for you. So the system is going to find the starting point for you as well. Who struggles with finding the starting point sometimes? Put a 3 if you sometimes struggle with finding the starting point. Because if you do, you're going to have a little button up here to click, and Coach Wright's on his screen. Look at you, you're all bosses. None of you are struggling. See how good you are? Beast traders, but not one of you. There we go. Sometimes it's the wick is funny. If the wick is funny. Okay, let's go on another currency pair then. We're going to have a little look, see if we can find any more continuations. And then I'll let you go practice this, guys. And you can go practice this. Let's look here. Parallel channel. Starting point right there. Look at that. See, perfect entry. See, the market is continuing going up. You've got your starting point, you've got the top of the box, come down. It did not give you 100% retracement, but it hit that 50% line and took off. You're more than welcome to trade this. Well, just because I don't doesn't mean that you don't have to. You're more than welcome to take trades. Put a 2 if you're excited. Look at that. Took off. You would have got how many pips of pure pleasure? This might be your thing. You might be, look, over 100 pips of pure pleasure. We can't all be the same traders. You might turn around and say, I am the continuation king or queen. And this might be your thing. This might be the thing that you're like, yeah, this is how I like to trade. This is how I like to do it. So I'm going to leave you with that. I'm not going to keep going over the same thing because I think you get it. If anyone doesn't get it, can you put a 5? I don't want to end the call if you don't get it, but it's pretty simple. But I don't want to end it if you don't get it. There's no judgment. I'd rather we go over it once more time if you don't get it. Put a 5 if you don't get it, and put a 7 if you get it. If you get it. Okay. Claire Sellers, is that you? Is that you? You should have you should have took me to the toilet with you. I would have took you to the toilet. let's go over it one more time. Okay. So when we're looking for a continuation, one more time, we're going to use a parallel channel. I'll do it on both a red box and I'll do it on both a blue box. So on a red box, just make sure you know how to find a starting point. I'm going off this ball trap right here. Okay, starting point, right. Come on, Mr. Trackpad. Hang on. Include the wick. Oh, my trackpad, you're killing me. Hang on. Okay, this is not funny. Let me go again. Yay, we got there. 3rd time lucky. Okay, starting point. That's a starting point of that second blue box. We've got the parallel channel, and now because it's a blue box, we're going to go to the top of the blue box. Okay, there is the top of the blue box. We're taking the trades at the 50% mark and a continuation in the direction that it's going. So blue box is continuing going up. So the market's gone up. You've marked out to the top of the box. Come down, it hit that 50%, it took off. You've got your continuation trade that went up over 100 pips. It never came down to us a starting point. It was just a continuation. Okay, so continuations as from the starting point to the top or the bottom of the box. If you're going with the red boxes, you find the starting point. Oh, stop. Don't do this to me. Don't kill me. Yay, baby. It's like 3rd time lucky. Like, test my patience. It's like, let's see how much we can stress mummy today. Okay, so top of the oh no, I'm at the wrong start. I thought I had it, but I'm at the wrong starting point. 2 secs, guys. 2 secs. Let me see if I can move this thing. There's the starting point. There's the starting point. Perfect. And guys, again, consolidation, but can you see how it's respecting that 50% zone? It's respecting it massively. And even another wick entry here as well, and took off. So if you was taking this trade on a continuation, then you would have had your 50% line marked up, and you would have waited till it come back here. And then if it was a continuation, it would have continued going down this way. In fact, it did not. It consolidated. It actually hit that 50% line again and took off. Okay, so it's a really strong zone, that 50% line. Okay, so I'll let you watch that recording back, Claire, as well. I'm going to literally put it on YouTube in a minute. But just for clarification, a continuation with a parallel, you're going from the starting point to the top of the blue box. And on the red box, you're going from the starting point to the bottom of the blue boxes. Okay, guys, I hope you have a blessed Easter Monday. Would I check out the Monday boxes this evening as it's Easter? That's a very good question, Nikki. Let's go have a look. That's a very good question. Let me stop this recording. 2 secs. 2 secs. Mhm.